Hey everyone, welcome to the show. I'm DJ Universe, and I want to start today with a number that should make every independent artist pause and really think. 100,000. That is roughly the number of new tracks uploaded to streaming platforms every single day. 100,000. If you are launching a song into that ocean without a real plan, hoping to just go viral, you are essentially buying a lottery ticket and calling it a business strategy. We have been conditioned by 15-second video clips and algorithmic spikes to believe that success is something that happens overnight. But let me tell you the truth as someone who has lived this grind. Overnight success is a myth designed to sell you more ads. When you chase a short-lived viral moment, you are building your entire house on rented land. If the algorithm changes tomorrow, or if that specific platform gets banned, or if the kids move on to the next trend, where does that leave your music? Where does that leave your brand? This is the short-term thinking trap. We want the streams, we want the blue check marks, and we want them yesterday. But when you shift your focus from chasing hype to a builder's mindset, everything changes. A builder doesn't care about a temporary spike. A builder cares about the foundation. They want to know where the concrete is poured, how deep the pillars go, and if the structure can survive a storm. That is exactly what we talk about every single week on Legacy Sunday. It is a philosophy about building real business foundations rather than temporary digital noise. We are talking about owning your masters, building your own database of fan emails, creating physical assets like merchandise, and setting up your publishing rights. When you focus on legacy, you stop worrying about whether your next post gets 1,000 likes and start worrying about whether your business structure will feed your family 10 years from now. This isn't just theory for me. This is my life. I started with absolutely nothing back in Ohio. No industry connections, no rich investors, no family members in the music business, and no safety net. Just a dream, some cheap gear, and a work ethic that wouldn't let me sleep. And when I realized I needed to expand my horizons, I took the ultimate leap of faith and packed up everything to move to Florida. Let me tell you, when you arrive in a new state where nobody knows your name, your credentials, or your history, you start at absolute zero. I had to knock on doors, build a new network from the ground up, and survive on pure hustle. But that struggle is where the real education happens. You learn adaptability because you have to pivot when things go wrong. You learn resilience because you get told no 1,000 times before you get one yes. And here is the secret that took me years to fully understand. Starting with zero resources is actually your greatest advantage. When you have a massive budget or a major label backing you, you can afford to make lazy, expensive mistakes. But when you have nothing, you have to be creative. You have to learn how to produce, how to engineer, how to market, and how to negotiate. You learn the actual mechanics of the business because you are the one pulling the levers. That grit cannot be bought, and it cannot be faked. Too many talented artists are moving in total chaos. They spend thousands of dollars on studio time, pay some shady promoter on Instagram for a playlist placement that turns out to be full of bots, and then wonder why they have $40 in royalty payouts and zero real fans. That is moving without a plan, and it is the fastest route to burning your budget, destroying your relationships, and ultimately quitting because you are burnt out. A structured blueprint changes the entire game. It balances three critical pillars: your personal branding, your digital assets, and your ownership. Your brand is how people identify with you before they even hear a note of your music. Your digital assets, like your website, your email list, and your digital business cards, are the tools you use to capture that attention and own it directly without relying on social media algorithms. And ownership is making sure your publishing, your mechanicals, and your performance royalties are fully set up so you actually get paid for your work. That is exactly why we created the Down by Law Independent Artist Blueprint. It is not about selling you a dream or telling you that you are going to be famous tomorrow. It is a practical step-by-step roadmap that shows you how to structure your music career like a legitimate, profitable business. It is about taking the chaos out of the equation so you can focus on your creative vision while your business back end runs like a machine. But you cannot do this alone. In this industry, we are taught to view everyone else as competition. We look at other artists in our city and try to outdo them, outpost them, or gatekeep connections. That is a poverty mindset. The truth is that community beats competition every single time. When independent creators collaborate, share resources, and cross-promote, the entire hip-hop culture is elevated. This is the driving force behind the Down by Law Artist Network. We wanted to build a private, dedicated space for independent hip-hop artists to connect, collaborate, and access real industry insights. It is a community designed to keep you accountable to your business goals. You need a space where you can ask real questions about publishing, get honest feedback on your marketing campaigns, and connect with other serious builders who understand the grind. You have to audit your circle. If the people you hang out with every day are only talking about the next club night, the next viral dance trend, or complaining about why they aren't getting put on, you need a new circle. You need to surround yourself with people who see your long-term legacy, not just your temporary buzz. If your friends aren't talking about ownership, trademarks, and building generational wealth, then they are keeping you anchored to the floor. So how do you actually start? It begins with a mental shift. You have to transition from a consumer mindset to an ownership mindset. Stop looking at your music as just a creative hobby and start looking at it as an intellectual property business. When you write a song, you are creating an asset. How are you protecting that asset? How are you monetizing it? Legacy is not built with a single massive stroke of luck. It is built in the quiet, unglamorous daily discipline. It is registering your songs with a performing rights organization on a Tuesday night. It is updating your email newsletter list on a Thursday morning. It is doing the boring admin work that nobody sees so that when your music does catch fire, the structure is already there to capture the value. Stop waiting for a major label to sweep in and save you. Be your own savior. You have the power, the tools, and the capability to build a highly profitable music career on your own terms, but you have to make the choice to stop chasing the hype and start building your legacy. Ready to take your music career to the next level? Go to downbylawmanagementllc.com right now to book your consultation or download our free independent artist growth blueprint. Don't wait for permission to build your empire. Claim your blueprint today.